So, we are getting started on episode 36, and we are going to be talking about all of the students' experience with Blue Capital Academy.
Oh, yo.
Damn, that's a lot of shots.
Yep.
You loaded, right?
Yep.
All right, that's what we're doing. Loaded. All right, so let's dive in. And we have one of our students, Katie, I'm correct, right?
Yeah,
You sound very confident with your name.
I am very confident with my name.
All right. So tell us your experience. I know you've been rocking with us for the longest. You're probably the longest in here, I would say.
I mean, yeah, I've been with Ken since day one, since the beginning of the first company that he started into this one. And I mean, I've been able to grow, so much from where I started to, where I am now, and, watching you, even just you grow, through your journey from where you started to where you are now. And, from, starting out building teams to being where you're at now, educating people and coming up with your own strategy and really setting an example and being a role model and a mentor for the people that are a part of your academy. So it's really something that everyone in the Blue Capital Academy really looks up to, both you and Michael, because everyone's been rocking together for a minute now. So it's really just like that example that you guys bring to the table that a lot of people are out there looking for, just also mindset wise and both in the field of trading, So it's something that we really respect and appreciate, of all of you guys.
Yeah. So what do you feel like? Do you want to ask Katie on her experience with Blue Cap?
So, starting out from the beginning to where you're at right now, what would you say was your biggest hardship coming through trading?
Really finding a simple way to be able to understand it. And now with the new strategy and the cap zone and the things that Ken has worked so hard to bring to the table for us, it's made it simple. You don't really have to use a lot of indicators and things to really be able to determine which way the market's going to go and really be able to get those good entries.
And kind of getting through all the studying of the strategy and learning your way and your path through trading, do you find that the culture itself makes it a little easier?
Absolutely, 100%.
What do you like about the culture?
We have a community of so many different individuals. The diversity it's crazy, and there's a lot of different personalities and humor. We're all able to laugh together. We're there for each other. Everybody's got each other's backs, It's really like the definition of a community. It's that real good culture that a lot of people are out there looking for and they don't have, and all of us in Blue Cap, we're grateful to have that.
And by the time you get to the end of your journey, which, I mean, the end as far as becoming more of a master of what you're doing itself, because the journey will always continue, do you find yourself always being a part of Blue Cap and turning back to Blue Cap?
Absolutely, because it's a community, and we're creating that, and I think it's important to, look at it from where Ken's at, and Ken is, of course, the master trader and the CEO of the company, but he takes pride in being able to watch people go through their journey and watch them grow. And I think as a trader and being a part of Blue Capital and the Academy, when you reach that level, it's also another place for you to step into to be able to watch these other people on their journey and help them and, be there for them as they go through the steps and really hit those levels of success as a trader.
I completely agree with you. I mean, that's why I got attracted to Ken's trading style and Ken himself.
You did?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was like, hey, this is a real dude out here, you know what I'm saying? And a real humble dude, like he always says, he's a humble guy. He doesn't put himself out there like that, and he cares about everybody. So I myself kind of reciprocate that and try to pass it along and pay it forward, so to say. So what would you say within the community is the best? It could be the strategy, it could be the culture, it could be the community, it could be all of that. What specifically stands out to you? compared to maybe any other services that are out there as long as you've been doing this?
The willingness to help. You know what I mean? Whether it's you, yourself, Ken, or just people that are able to help you, there's always somebody there. No matter, like, there's always somebody available to help. You know what I mean? With whatever you're going through, whether it's personal, whether it's, you know, you just want a small talk, you need somebody to talk to, it's trading related, there's always somebody there. And I think that that's really important, to be able to be a part of a community and know that no matter what it is, there's always going to be somebody there to support you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I think that's a huge aspect. Because, I mean, people want a safety net. They don't want to feel like they're alone, right?
Facts.
So, I mean, we went from, at one point, what was the lowest that we had as far as students? It was 30?
Almost about like 30 students.
And now we're up to, like, what, 400 plus, almost 5?
50 plus.
And
growing.
And that net just keeps getting bigger and bigger for everybody.
And incoming. There's going to be a huge overload.
Absolutely. I don't see it stopping. I see us continually growing, so.
Agreed.
What else do you want to talk about?
I'm tapping into my creativity. So
Come on, Ken.
with everything that's being explained, you know, being part of, you know, Blue Capital from the beginning, out of everything you're really truly experienced, like, what have you seen that has been really consistent?
The strategy. I mean, we know that works, you know, every single time, over and over and over again, you know. So it's, you know, I believe in it. Everybody in Blue Cap believes in it. You believe in it. You came out there for a reason.
I'll be contradicting myself.
Because
I
it
didn't
works,
believe in my own
right?
strategy, like, you know. So.
You know, it's very consistent.
Yeah.
It's very consistent. And your mentorship and, you know, the way that you do things for us, the classes, there's just consistency all around with everything.
That's great. I think we could take consistency into a
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
And to
Unlocks
have
a lot
it
of
all
doors.
around, you know,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. Not everybody has that.
Nope. All right. I think we really tapped into Katie's mindset of Blue Capital.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. So I think we're going next to our next student.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
You know, we want you to introduce yourself, you know, like tell us who you are, you know, what is the experience that you've, you know, obtained. I don't, like, short amount of time, right?
Yeah,
Short amount of time.
Super
like,
short amount of time. Yeah. Let's get this lined up. Cool. Yeah, so my name's Alex. I'm fresh, brand new. It's been maybe a month, like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
4 weeks, 5 weeks at the most. So I didn't get to see like what Katie saw. So I'm brand new in Blue Cap, and it has been nothing like what I expected. I didn't know what to expect.
Mind blowing, huh?
Dude,
It's
honestly, I think you probably didn't expect what's happened to me. And I didn't.
Oh
expect
no,
anything.
I did, because the way how you came and presented yourself, you were very persistent and you wanted it, and that's, I don't see that a lot when, you know, a lot of students like, yeah, you know, they give me their whole life story, which is fine, but like you were just like, I want to really learn this, like, you know, like I could see this, you know, like you've seen like my stories over and over and repeatedly, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna take this risk and try to obtain this knowledge. And you just came in and not a headache, you know, answering the questions that you need, you know, to be answered, and you just
Simple.
you went for it, you know.
Yeah,
So,
remember, it's crazy. I came here, I think it was just me and you at the office.
Yeah.
I came here, I was like, yo, I need to see what this is about.
Yeah.
I don't know what Forex is. I don't know what trading is. I don't know what PIP is. I don't know, like,
that's how it starts. What is
for
a PIP?
real. Like, I don't know what candlestick is, but Ken's a cool dude. Seems like he's got something cool going on. I'm curious. I want to see what it's about. It's interesting. Came here, sat at the office with you, just us.
Yep.
I watched a Zoom call. No idea what anything meant. Zero. I'm like, okay, all right. I don't know what that was, but that was kind of cool. Let's look into it. Joined the academy. Still didn't know what was going on. And then a few days in, I watched a video and started learning. And then the biggest thing I got was consistency and culture. I was like, okay, I want to learn what Ken does, but I did not think I was getting into this cool little family of people and friends and, you know, talking crap and Zoom calls and fun. Like, the culture is what I did not expect.
Yeah.
The culture. I figured I was going to learn something. Obviously, you're a smart guy. I'm like, he knows what he's doing. I'm sure I could learn to do something, be somewhat successful, but I didn't expect that. I just really didn't. I'll be honest. I'm like, whoa, this is cool. This is like a family.
Yeah.
This is a vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what caught me off guard.
That's what we're all for, is the vibes.
That's my kind of like how we got started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we are maybe a month or so later. Both of y'all. I mean, just yesterday, Michael taught me something that's completely a game changer for me. No, I mean, it's crazy. It's the amount of knowledge that I've gained in a month has been, again, not what I expected at all. I don't have any crazy expectations like I'm going to come in and make $1 million and do all these crazy things. I'm like, I want to learn a new skill, and it's perfect because we're in COVID-19, Corona right now. Right. I feel super lucky because right when all this stuff went down, I chose to go learn a new skill, and it's changed everything for me.
Things happen in mysterious ways, right?
Yeah.
So I think what just from the short time that I've been able to work with you, I think the biggest thing that kind of stands out with me is that being in real estate, you have to have like no emotion with that, right? Because you have to be able to take the ups and the downs, the peaks and the valleys, the corrections within the market, the high times with the market. So when you're on the high times, you're riding that wave, just like we are in trading, right? So I think that gave you a step ahead to be able to say, okay, all I need to learn is just the skill set, and I need to learn the strategy and even just what this whole niche is, because you've already been able to defeat the emotion part of it. You're coming in a little bit ahead of some individuals. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that a month in, like, you're already where you're at. You know, we were talking about some trades earlier, and to see all that blue that was on your phone, holy shit.
That was cool.
Holy shit. I'm like, yo, this man is out here killing the game.
Yeah.
So for me, kind of sticking back to the whole culture thing, I think that's what I take a lot of pride in, because when I do my calls or when we're in the office here, I think that for me is top notch, because if I'm going to feel comfortable, I'm going to be willing to learn more, right? I'm going to be willing to help more as well. So when you say that you're surprised by the culture, is that something that overall you can ride with for forever?
Oh yeah, there's absolutely. It's like I cannot see myself being outside of Blue Cap anymore. And I've been part of different companies. I've helped build some different companies, and you need three things. You need systems, culture, and leadership. You got system, box strategy. You got culture, which is Blue Cap, and you got leadership, which is you two. So it's kind of hard to, I can't see myself leaving. I mean, it's like once you're in, it's a vibe. It's only been a month, but I couldn't even picture what it's like, honestly, not being in it.
Well, I've been 2 years now, and I was actually talking to my fiance earlier today, and I was just like, because we were talking about Blue Capital, and I was like, I don't remember past 2 years ago, because it's been part of me ever since. And that's what I personally want everybody, like how you're feeling about it. I want to be able to pass that on, and I want those people to be able to pass that on to where it's more than just trading. To me, it's like, hey, this is the family, let's do this. Oh, but by the way, let's make some money on the side, right? Yeah. And then, be able to share your dreams, be able to share your accomplishments, this, that, and the other. So, I mean, like I said, I commend you for all the work you've put in already. I mean, that's very, very impressive.
It's been good, but the culture is cool too. Like, I'm already making friends, like Edgar, and he's watching this. He's in Missouri. Talk to him like every day. This funny faces on Zoom, right? Yep. Everybody knows. See you on there. No, but there's cool people. I'm like, damn, that's a cool dude. We're gonna be friends forever, probably. He lives in a completely different state. Yeah. We can talk about trades, and that's another cool thing. I'm like, I just didn't expect it. Yeah.
So, don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you, man.
Big guns got in the way.
That's the best part, like when I first started creating the whole community, I was just like, damn, like, how could I really make, like, trading it's not the most exciting thing, just like learning, off the first bat, but like to be making it very fun and very lucrative for a lot of people with different personalities. People that they want to be successful and they just don't have the encouragement. They don't have the right system. And where we have a lot of people is that when you start to dive in when it comes to trading, and you already have non-believers. And it becomes so tough, and you're like, damn, like no one believes in me. No one believes I make a withdrawal. Like they don't believe I made this and this amount. But when you have a community base where everyone is just like, that's willing to support each other and be like, hey, like, don't worry, man, we believe you. Like you made the withdrawal, you're killing it, just keep it going. Like, so it's kind of like really uplifting in a way. So you're like, oh, perfect. Like, like these are people I could actually rely on and ask questions and this and that. I don't need to prove myself to the outside world that don't understand, that are not on the same page, right? And it just becomes so fun.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want my friends to learn this skill too because I like it, and it's in a month of 10K in a month, and they don't believe me. I'm like, yeah, I don't believe. They're probably watching. They're like, no, I don't believe you. I'm okay. I don't care. Yeah. I've offered to share what's working for me, and it's the same thing. It's like, that's fine. I'm in my own little world. I got my friends. We're doing this. They're doing the same thing. They're doing 10 times better than me. There's people in Blue Cap way better than that. That does nothing. For me, that's crazy. It's good for me. I'm grateful for that. But the skill set is better than the money. I mean, because then you can just go on and do this for forever. Whatever. You still be in Blue Cap, but it's like you can
like I tell everyone, become your own ATM machine.
Dude, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
That's why I get too many damn DMs about it. Just like, but when you become your own ATM machine, like now you're like, oh, I am my own vehicle to my own life now. I can create many opportunities now. I have a skill set that if I want to pass that knowledge and people are seeking for it, you have that. And that's so powerful. It's way more than the money aspect. Like I could care less about the money aspect. That's just an add-on, how I like to look at it. But like having a skill set, it's just like, damn. Like you gotta reflect back to yourself. I'm proud of myself that I took this initial action for myself.
Changing lives.
Yeah.
And money's is different for everybody.
Yeah.
For some people, they might want to make $1,000, $10,000, whatever. It doesn't matter. But the skill set, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Or you can not trade for a month and chill.
Yeah.
Or you can go trade, and that's what the cool thing is. So
I got a couple more questions here real quick.
Oh man.
So
the Godfather. Get him.
So when you first started, I would assume that you're fairly impressed with where you're at already, right? After 1 month.
Very much.
So have you taken a step back yet and reevaluated your goals as far as like maybe a short term and a long term? And if so, what are those two goals?
Yeah, exactly. So I had not sure. I didn't really have clear expectations first. I'm like, okay, I want to make a couple grand a month. I'm like, I want to learn to trade. Maybe I could make like 2 or 3K extra a month. That's life changing to anybody. Don't care how rich or poor you are. It's going to make you money.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, I've reevaluated my goals. I see a skill set I can use. How can I keep using this to acquire funds, transport them into other avenues to build my net worth, and then my cash flow coming in? That's what, for me, it shifted. First, it was like, okay, maybe can I make some extra bucks every month, have a nicer car, whatever, make some extra money. Now I'm like, okay, this can change my net worth.
Yeah.
Like this can change if I really am careful and listen to you guys, because I've taken some L's already, for sure.
That's how you learn,
But you can trade, but then you can take this money and invest it with people who are experts in their fields and go buy investment properties, right? Do whatever you want. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's like hot potato,
Pass the mic. But
we need Derek to invest in another microphone then.
Do you want me to invest it for you?
just get a second one.
You got
a
it?
third one.
All right.
Yeah, but did that kind of answer your question, I guess?
Expense.
Yeah, no, it definitely did, because talking about how the investment properties and stuff like that, that's now become a reality for you.
Yeah.
Right, where before it was just a couple dollars here and there throughout the month that maybe you could earn extra. So now that it's real, it's tangible, and you've seen it. You've seen the blue. You've seen the profits, doing the withdrawals, and now those future dreams can come true, and that that allows you to reevaluate a little bit differently than what you did when you first came in. So
Definitely.
to know that now you have that long-term goal, that's awesome, because building your net worth is really what everybody wants to do and what they need to do, make themselves valuable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can fill that brokerage account, but you can put that money so many other places, and so eventually you don't have to keep filling that brokerage account. You can if you want, But
All right, that's awesome.
Cool.
Man, it's honor to witness this journey. I thrive off it. Like, just like how League is doing right now.
yeah, Lee's ready. He's like, put me in.
All right, he's being a hype man. So.
All right, man.
But yeah, so I appreciate you for, for everyone that's watching and tuning into this and hearing from your point of view and your experience, because, we might just have someone that is just watching or waiting to see, like, people's success growth and how they find the value in Blue Cap. So honestly, appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's just keep striving and winning.
Appreciate you boys. You all do so much for us. I would say if anybody's watching too, like, take initiative. You might not live in Arizona like I did. I literally was messaged Ken like, hey man, can I come to your office? Let me just watch. Let me see what you do. If you can't come, just go check out everything we do, but you got to take the initiative. Yeah. Which unfortunately a lot of people won't do, but don't be scared. I knew nothing. Still learning. I'm like brand new, but figuring it out.
And 1 month successful.
Right.
Get it.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you. We got Lee.
I think we're gonna allow Leek to elaborate the introduction.
Okay.
So
I think Leek should just run this whole thing right here. I mean, his personality itself.
Yeah.
I'm surprised if we don't get a story from him.
Yeah, his personality sells himself.
So
So
how this all began.
all right, let's
And where we
shoot.
at now? So
Yeah, move a little closer.
closer. We good now? So how this all began was my house caught on fire. And I ended up, I had no idea what Forks was. My house caught on fire, and I ended up living in a hotel for probably a month. Then I tore my ACL. So I tore my ACL, my house caught on fire. Now I'm living with a friend because I can't live in the hotel no more because they're still remodeling our house, and it's just a long story.
Yeah.
So I'm living in this high-rise apartments in Tempe. If anybody lives in Arizona, especially Scottsdale, Tempe, you know about West 6. I was living in West 6 for a little bit, and I met these guys. These guys lived in the penthouse suite. They were IML guys. I meet them. I'm like, hey, what y'all talking about? You talking about money? Hey, you talk numbers to me, I'm gonna listen. Automatic. So we're talking money. I go to this little meeting, and I see it's like network marketing. I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to really do this. But I mean, I still see they're still making money. I'm like, no knock on that. I do not knock on nobody in the network marketing business. Those guys make money.
Yep.
But I'm just not a part of that. So months pass by. I meet Ken at a pool party. And
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I meet Ken at a pool party.
Not the time to be talking about any kind of business, but carry on.
Yeah. Hey, but like I said, I talk numbers anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So me and Ken at a pool party, and I'm like, and we're just talking, and he's like, yeah, bro, trade. Like, so he shows me his style of trading, and I'm like, yo, these guys are going crazy. So now we get to today, and I'm still I'm profitable. I'm still learning. Just gotta make sure I close my trades, but we're good. Trust me,
Yeah.
we're good.
It's always a step process.
Yeah, we're good. Trust me, we're good. We got nothing to worry about. So
All right. So
Go ahead. I don't know what to ask League because
I'm a wild card, man.
League is League. I mean, we went from a house fire to a torn ACL to living in a hotel, and now he's profitable, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, starting from where you were beforehand.
Yeah.
And
I think he's missing a part too.
What am I missing?
No, hold on. There was a night. I think.
Wait. Okay, there's another night though. Also, this is a really good. I was like, okay, I gotta get into this. So we're out again. I see Ken again, and I used to work at a nightclub. So I see Ken again, and Ken comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, I just bought everybody's drinks tonight." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, yeah, I was in a Bitcoin trade, and everything was for free basically tonight. Like I just bought everybody drinks. And I was like, okay, now I really got to get into this because this guy's just going around paying for stuff, and he's not even really paying for it because he just traded it. I'm like, okay, this guy's But what was I missing though?
No, that was the part because like when I did that, and then I showed him my MT4, and I think I was up like about like $700 or $800 on Ripple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, watch, this is gonna take off. And then 5 minutes later, it took off. And he was like, bro, he just looked at me. He was like, I was like, yeah, like, I think it was on a Monday night swim at
Yeah,
Maya.
it was a Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night. You know, and I had.
No, it was a Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, so we had. I think it was like one girl that was interested in my brother, and she came up, and I wasn't. Like giving no attention. I was just focusing. I'm like, yo, look, this is trading.
We're talking
like in a
money.
serious conversation. So
money.
she tried to butt in our conversation, and I just looked at her. I'm like, all right. So back to our conversation. Yeah. So, you know, she goes away and then she comes back and then she apologized. Like, you know, like she said that she's like, it's okay. She's like,
too big.
She's like, your friend is way too big, but you're fine. I'm like, look, to me, I was like, first of all, I never asked, you know, your opinion. Like, you know, I'm not insecure about myself. So, and League just was laughing. Like,
it was an everyday thing.
Yeah, it was just an everyday thing. So, and then we just carried on and then we left. And then he was just like, yo, like, I really want to get involved in trading. And then he finally joined Blue Cap, came to the office. Like, literally, this man did not miss a day. Like, there were times when we had no students come to the office. You hear his hand on the door. Doon, 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 doon. Every time.
That's true though. It was, at one point in time, it was just us three chilling for a second.
Yeah, we would just be here probably until like 11 at night, you know, and then he would come back and he would get on an oil position and then he would tell us about it, and we know how that went.
Yeah, that was rough.
He was like, I was up.
But I was down.
And then it was down. That was secure the position. So I'm like, man, this is becoming like a roller coaster right now. Like,
so we're still learning on that. We're still learning, but hey, we're progressing.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey.
And I will tell you this right now. Coming here, I swear to you, my vision for everything. I mean, like, these guys have seen, like, they have seen, like, I've done some ridiculous stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and a lot of storytelling
ridiculous
too.
Stuff. there has been some stories, but I can tell you this: my vision has grown, and what I want to do in life now.
Yeah.
And just like wanting to help people, this and that, the vision has grown. So that's another beneficial thing coming here and just learning from these guys, because like they got big visions, and they're gonna like force your vision to grow as long as like while their vision's growing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another good thing too.
Yeah, that's powerful. I like that.
But Mike, you had a question though?
I forgot it by now.
Oh.
We went off on a tangent.
Yeah. I think he's still trying to recover with all the funny stories that you told us. So try to process that.
I got a couple stories.
Yeah, we're gonna save that for the next time.
We'll save that for the next.
But honestly, I appreciate you, you know, for sharing your knowledge and
I'm gonna tell you this too. I'm also gonna say this.
All right.
Do not, guys. I kid you not. Do not be afraid to ask questions, bro. Because like if you don't ask questions, you would not learn. Like that's one thing I learned. And I stopped. I was in college. I was a college athlete. I stopped playing sports, the whole nine. But I'll tell you this: the one thing I learned while in college was if you don't ask questions, you would never learn what you wanted to learn.
Yep.
So, and don't be afraid to ask the question. Like, just go ahead and ask it, even if it sounds dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say, hey, this might be a dumb question, but I have to ask this.
Yeah.
And then, trust me, it'll only benefit you. Trust me, it'll only benefit you.
All right, that's a good note to leave off on. So, yeah, so I appreciate you sharing, you know, your experience, what you went through.
I appreciate you guys having me here and not kicking me out.
Of course. Of course. We're not going to do all that.
Yo, I look forward to league story time. Let me tell you, there are times I'm at home and I'm working and I'm like, I got to go to the office because I need to hear a leak story.
Yeah. And I'm normally here all the time. Even though I'm busy, I try to find time to come in here and just ask questions, like I said.
Well, I mean, the cool thing is that, like, we'll get to work, we'll do what we got to do, and after that, you know, it's like hangout time.
Yeah,
you know
it's
I mean?
it's also like a stress-free zone. Like, you come in here If you have anything on your mind, even if you had like a bad trading day, you come in here and it's like a reset for the whole, like for the next day, you know? Like the vibe, like he said, the energy's good, the vibes are good, everything's, it's a good place to be. That's all I gotta say about that. It's a good place to be.
Thank you. I mean, I know we take pride in that, and we just want to be able to provide it to everybody else. Like I was telling Katie, you know, so we want to be able to do that and just kind of get everybody to. I mean, we need unity in this in this market, right? We have so many. We did an episode one time on why other traders hate on other traders, right? Because it's the common thing to do, right? So why not be different and create unity within it? And bridge gaps. I mean, we're all going after the same piece of the pie, right?
You sound a little bit like a Nelson Mandela over there, or something like that. What's going on? What's going on? A little.
Wow. No, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that positiveness can carry into many different ways, right? It can help you reach all of your goals. You know, when you have a more calm process to do, rather than having to worry about. You know, who's looking at you, who's doing, you know, who's hating on you, this, that, and the other. Forget all that shit.
And even if they're hating, you know what they're doing? They're still watching.
Of course.
Still watching at the end
of course, there's always going to be a couple of them. What Cat Williams say, if, you know, you're always going to have haters. If you don't have a goal, if you have 2 haters now, by the end of summer you've got 4, you're not doing your job, right? But overall, for those people that want to learn, that want to be part of a culture-rich environment and actually succeed, like – I just from the outside looking in, outside of being an educator, a part of Blue Cap, like I think that's the biggest thing. You know, I think it helps out a lot.
That's sure. I can't knock that for sure. I cannot knock that. Well,
I'm with that.
I appreciate you guys keeping me here, and I think it's time for the next person to get up on here because I'm about good.
All right. Well, Lee, thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Man, so Veen, man, where to start with you, Mr. You know, IG cover of, you know, Blue Capital ads, you know? Let's give it a round of applause.
That video was taken when I was sick, so excuse the voice.
Oh, man. All right, so tell us what really got your interest in trading, 1, for your first question. 2, how do you see this benefiting you? And 3, what is your overall viewpoint on Blue Capital Academy?
All right, so first one, what got me interested in trading? So my mom actually introduced me into what trading actually was about a year ago. I was still in high school. So, and I was like, like he said, anything that goes with money, I'm with it. So I seen it and I was like, this is interesting. So I came down to the office for the first time and I met you and Mike, and just from that moment I was like, yeah, this is like, I seen the potential of it. It's like, at first I think a lot of traders have this, like they see the potential of what the skill set can actually do for them.
Yeah.
And then from there their vision start to like evolve on where they can take it. So like for me it was actually, I guess, seeing like the blueprint in front of me first, and then seeing where I can take it in the future makes it all the much better. And then what was the second one? Second question?
Second one. What was the second one? Damn. Yeah.
What do I see this doing for me? So like for me, I think knowledge is always the most powerful thing. So like anything that's passed down, so knowledge based, so like giving, like you guys providing me with the knowledge so I could go out and do this on my own is just like incredible. So I could take this and I can go do whatever I need to do with my life or whatever vision I have with my life. And it gives me like the freedom, even as like a young person. Like you both know I went off to college and I was just like, yo, I'm not learning shit here. I'm not learning nothing here. Like, but that's gonna like benefit me with my life where I want to go in that direction, like how I want to see my life going.
Yeah.
And then when I come to the office, I see like kind of like a blueprint of where I can take my life. And so I see this taking me as like trading as like an avenue for anything that I want to expand on, whether it's like business ventures in the future or like any other way to like increase my equity as just a person, and so I can go out and do the things that I want to do, help people do certain things with my life. And it's just basically just gives me the opportunity, you feel me? So like, and that's also the best thing, like you give me the opportunity, and it's up to me to take advantage of that, and I just appreciate that. And so like for future wise, you know, I feel like you guys gave me the knowledge, and I can just take that knowledge however far I want to with it. And then I had one more question.
Yeah.
My
Like
experience
what
with
could you
Blue
give
Capital.
to the audience that don't know about Blue Capital that you have experienced, like, you know, through like the ups and the downs? Give them start with the downs. Start with the downs first, like, cause people thrive off negative energy, so let's give them what they want to hear, and then, you know, and be very transparent with your answer.
Yeah, so I'm very transparent. So like downs, I'd have to say, the learning curve. The learning curve is always, I think that's the hardest part everybody goes through, is the learning curve of this skill set. So with Blue Capital, I feel like the learning curve is like, this isn't so much a down, but like the learning curve is eased with Blue Capital. I've noticed, like, because I know a lot of people myself who have been trying to learn how to trade. A lot of young people nowadays are starting to try to learn how to trade. They see the potential of it, and even like now I have people like, because they've seen some of my results and stuff, because sometimes I'll post them, sometimes I won't, and they see like what, like the potential of it, and they're like, why am I not at this place yet? Like, I've been doing it for longer than he has, you know. But I think it's being here has eased the learning curve compared to like not having the right information, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be anywhere and get like a strategy, but you gotta really have the right information to really be profitable in this industry. And I learned that just from like talking to other people. So as far as the downs, typos in the typos.
Well, here we go.
Hella shoulders.
Hella shoulders. Nah.
Oh my God.
Dang, it's hard. It generally is hard to say something bad about like the position that I am, because you guys have given me the opportunity. Because really, you guys have the knowledge, and it's really up to the person to. In my eyes, it's always up to the person what they want to do with it. So, like, you guys give everybody the opportunity. So, like, to say that there's some downs to it, there's not like any downs. You're getting knowledge. You're getting the accessibility to know how to do what you want to do, how to learn this skill set. So, downs, like I said, it's kind of hard to think about one.
Bro, the downs is
like the downs.
Your own perspective.
Yeah, it all comes from like your own perspective. So like, I guess I've seen like a whole lot of people, sometimes they'll be down because they don't take the time to actually like understand what Forex is. They don't take the time to actually understand how to leverage your money, how to actually get a good return on investment. Everybody wants to be, you know, the quick millionaire, quick $1,000 earner, quick $1,000 day. You feel me? So, like, that's where your downs come in. And like, I feel like seeing a blueprint, like for me, seeing the blueprint that Ken's been a trader for like 6 years, 7 years, I could be like, okay, bet this is where I can be in 6, 7 years. I'm not trying to be this in like a week. I'm trying to build up to where I can get to this level eventually. Like, maybe the learning curve will be smoother. Maybe I get there in 2, 3 years. But as long as I have that same information, because he's going to give it all. Like, he doesn't hold back with none of his information. So, like, as long as I process that information, then it just goes, I can take it as far as I want. So that's, like, the best opportunity behind it. You feel me?
So let's fast forward.
Fast forward.
6 or 7 years.
6, 7 years. Where do I want to take this?
No, you're seeing 5 figure days, 6-figure weeks, hopefully 6-figure days in that case.
I've seen a 5-figure day. I lost it though.
All right, so
Hey,
there's
honest, though,
a
but,
down.
like,
there's a down.
Yeah, there's a
Right.
there's a down, but
But that's from your perspective.
Right.
Yeah, that's from
right.
perspective.
That's
like,
on your own shoulders.
And that's also something like Ken's even talked about it. Like he's had where he's been down 6-figure days, and I'm just like, shit, 5 ain't nothing.
So-
hey.
So again, back to fast forwarding 6-7 years. Let's just at least say you're consistently making 5-figure days at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you plan on with that?
So for me, my plan goes like a lot into the future. So I think I'm more of a giving person. So like I think the best gift you can give somebody is knowledge. So like if I have the knowledge to have that type of skill set, I'd want to share it with other people. So whether it's starting to show people how to also do it and prosper off like with the information that I have, or it's just giving back in general. Because to me, like money is such a, I guess like it's just an avenue to get you to where you want to go. You have to have it because you need to live, but it's not like something like super important, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody obviously wants to be like a millionaire, billionaire, get the things, but like me as a human, I'm not very materialistic. I don't spend like crazy amount of money on things that I want. I just get the things I want, the things I need, and then I'm cool. I can give the rest away. Like so like in 5 to 6 years, my plan would probably be, I think I have so many ideas because like right now I'm only 19, so like 5 to 6 years, 5 to 5 to
You've
6
got
years.
a bright future, bro. Let me tell you, like
Well, I wish I was like trading when I'm 19.
That's what I'm
touching
saying, bro. Like
5 figures,
you
right?
giving me
Like,
the opportunity though. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So like it's just up to how far I want to
I'm
take
still
it.
trying to figure out life at 19.
bro, I'm almost double his age.
I know you could be a role model.
You
Am I a role model, Veen?
you are a role
I
model.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Like
don't
no
say
kid.
it, don't say it because we're on the podcast.
Oh,
As much as me and Mike fight over the GOAT debate, which he'll never win, he is definitely an influence, has been an influence on my life too, as far as trading. And just like you guys don't understand, like they're more than just like trading mentors. They're like life mentors. Like they help me determine my goals and growth as a person also. So it's not just trading. Like people don't get that. Like it's more than just the trading part of it. Like you see Ken, he's probably one of the most humble traders I've ever seen, and he does give a lot back. And it's like a lead by example type thing. And so like when you have a blueprint in front of you and you can see something, it's easier to follow that path. You know what I'm saying? So like you can follow that to get to where you want to go. What? Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you could, so like that goes into like what I want to do like in the future. Like I definitely want like this skill set is just all knowledge based, right? So if you have the knowledge, you're basically able to print money from your phone. Like, and so if you have it, if I get to the point, I just want to for me honestly, in 5 to 6 years, I want to be in the B's. Like, and I just to not just for myself, but for like other people. Like, cause if I hit a B, I know I'm just gonna give it away. Cause I don't got nothing. Like, what am I gonna spend it on? To be honest, like, I don't got really nothing. Like, I'm gonna get the stuff I want, obviously. Like, that's no cap. I'm gonna get the stuff I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta treat yourself. But like, if I ever get to like that point, like even the M's, like, it's for me, it's all about just giving it back. Cause like I'm good off my basic necessities. Like, I've been living off that like forever. So just giving it all back means a lot more to me. Like giving means a lot more than receiving to me, if that makes sense. So like this skill set enables me to give more than, even though I'm receiving a lot, it enables me to give more. It enables me to give more value, enables me to give anything I want, basically.
So just kind of even outside of the trading side of it. So I think where Blue Capital focuses on some different aspects in the whole, I guess, market itself is the fundamental portion. I mean, you see me and Ken, we're looking at what different websites. We're looking at what is it called? Market Watch. We've got Bloomberg going. Right? We look at different websites, right?
Facts. And you've gotten me into that stuff
today,
too.
Like we're watching Bloomberg, live. Hearing one of our chairmen speak, and some people took acknowledgement of what he said, some people didn't. But thank you, Mike. You
Pass
see the
the
hint
mic.
there, Mike. But but just like, you know, taking an acknowledgement of, you know, like how is our economy being run, you know, paying attention to,
Absolutely.
you know, what are people saying, like, you know, what is causing the market to move, you know, like these are the questions a lot of people are not asking, like, you know, like
Absolutely.
it plays a very big role if you really want to become the type or type of successful trader you want to become. So like, you know, sharing that information, and I'm like, hey, look, nothing that he's saying it sounds promising, and it doesn't sound positive at all. It sounds like we're still in a phase that this is still going to be a continuation with what's going on in our economy. So with that being said, you know, it influenced our market, and, you know, it hit to the targets area that we were looking for. You know, everyone that was on that live session, you know,
Absolutely.
either you obtained value of what that was being said, and you also profit as well. So I just like to view it as, you know, you're taking two stones at once, and then you're running with it.
Because you guys have definitely, like, ever since I've been here, you've opened my eyes to a lot more things than like that what the world's going on right now. Like, so I definitely understand how our economy works a lot better now, more than what I learned in freaking college. Like, I took an economics course in college, and I learned 10 times more just sitting here and studying like the markets and learning and looking at articles and stuff and reading and researching than what I've actually learned in like some classrooms, which is ridiculous because it's just value all around. You feel me? So it's like I get education from everywhere, you know, and you guys have opened my eyes to that because I wouldn't be looking at that if I wasn't in this position, which is great.
That's what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
He answered the question that
Yeah,
you got
he-
me even asking.
Yeah, beat you
You're
right to it.
welcome.
So honestly, yo, Veen, I appreciate you, man. Like,
Yes,
you know, you're a young stallion in the charts. So so, you know, you're striving, you're going, you're already at advanced, you know, with the knowledge wise coming into trading, you know, compared to, you know, your peers, you know, and you just gotta look at it that look, I have knowledge and information I've obtained and I've applied, you know, to, you know, to people that's my age.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now it's really up to you to, you know, to print out, you know, how your future is going to look like. So
Exactly. And I think like just like I know I emphasize this a lot, but like being here, like I wouldn't be able to continue to progress if I didn't have something to look in the future to see like this is where I want to go. Because you can't go somewhere if you have no direction.
Yeah.
So like you guys provide like a stable direction for somebody like me who's young and stuff, who wants to know how to go through it. And like I've listened to like I pay a lot of attention to like other people's perspectives. So like I listen when you guys talk about like your trading journey and stuff like that, and I find like places where it's like relatable. And so when I go on my trading journey, I can be like, okay, this is what happened with them. Like don't get too down, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all just part of like people don't understand, like it's just part of a journey. Like it's part of understanding the knowledge and the process. So just like anything else.
All right, yeah. I think that sums it up from the young Veen.
Killer V.
Yeah. So we got Breezy in the building,
Breezy.
right?
Yes.
Go ahead, step up to the mic, introduce yourself.
Yeah, tell us the world who you are.
Well,
you get involved in trading? Why are you here?
well, my name is Breezy. I've been trading for 2 years now. Got introduced by somebody through Facebook with IML. What pretty much got me into it was seeing the numbers, seeing everything move, seeing how news can affect it, and just, I don't know, I was always into it, like with stocks and in school and stuff, and then I heard about Forex, and it changed the game. It pretty much did. It was over once I found out about it. So I've been intrigued ever since. I love to learn new things, and something new is always happening now. So
as a female, like when you're sitting here in Discord, or even on the Discord or on Zoom calls, I mean, we see what it's 9 out of 10 people are guys, right? So what challenges do you find as a female into this market? Like, what were your your challenges personally, and what do you see just overall from a female's perspective?
I get overlooked. I already don't. I'm shy, so I don't say much.
Well, we're gonna break that. So that is your goal for the ending of this year, is no longer to be shy, and because I love breaking people's comfortable zone.
Yeah, facts. We do that often.
Yours, so I think we should just put this in the middle, yeah,
Hey, do you have the little wireless thing? Can we use that?
Well, we're already
We're almost done.
Yeah.
But I just thought.
I'll have it there in my neck.
Yeah, but
This is fucking crazy.
yeah, so it's good. The more you're being in the chats, the more you start seeing everything happen. It's from time you're gonna break that habit, and it's gonna affect you not only from just the trading community, but it's gonna affect you in the outside world. You're gonna be like, look, I'm gonna take what Michael did, in the chat, and how he perceived on breaking my habit, and you're gonna apply it in real life, and then you're gonna be like, wow, the self growth has been truly amazing. I've become a better version of myself now. I'm starting to do things more openly and not even thinking about it. I'm just doing it just to do it.
Oh yeah,
So,
a big step was coming to the office.
oh, see, and look at that, big
was
step, and
it
what? And then
was.
you found out that you live in the same neighborhood.
Yep.
I did, which is it's crazy.
Yeah.
Small little town.
Yeah.
I will say this though. The most I've heard you speak on a Zoom call was the night that I crashed a call. I crashed a call with like 7 or 8 people that were on it, and you were on it, and that's when we found out that you live right around the corner, right?
Yeah.
That was the most you've ever spoken.
Yeah.
So speaking to the point of being shy, and speaking to what Ken's talking about as a goal, I do want to see you more active in the chats. I do want to see you more active on the Zooms. And there's the quiet ones you have to watch out for.
I want
But
to,
you got a voice
and I'll
too.
write something in Discord that I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that.
Nah, send that shit. Send that shit. Let's
go ahead and
go.
delete that. But
So back just speaking from your challenges though, I still want to know what those challenges were outside of being shy or anything like that. What is it that you found as any hurdles that you have overcome already?
I'll say looking at the charts, it was a blur. It still kind of is sometimes, but I think that's where my ADHD kicks in. I gotta actually sit down and look at it. I do have to thank you guys, because trying to be self-taught after leaving that company and everything and trying to find my path, it was a struggle. And then finding Blue Cap, it just became so much simpler to look at the chart. I can identify market structure, just the little things that you should know in the beginning that I really just didn't know. That was a huge challenge. And then coming here, you guys made it so simple. I'm like, wow, I'm stupid.
No,
you
just
can
didn't have the right information.
Yeah,
and
so
that happens.
that was just a huge challenge in general, just overcoming that, looking at the charts. My confidence level, I can say, has gone up more with wanting to send out a chart that I marked up or something like that. It's definitely grown. I definitely feel more confident in order to take my own trade and, not really rely on any type of signals, even though your signals are fire. They are. But, it comes a time where you want to take your own, and you want to know why, your stop loss got hit or why you take profit, So just stuff like that.
Most definitely. So how did you find Blue Cap?
From the same person that put me on to IML. So.
And is that person in Blue Cap as well?
No.
Wow. That is very interesting. So
Crazy enough.
Are they still with them?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
There we go.
So you could just kind of thank them for giving them the alley oop, because now you're receiving, I wouldn't say better information, but more blessings, and it's taking you to different heights, than you thought that it would.
Oh yeah. It was crazy. He dropped your IG name, so I just went and looked, and I was just like, man, he's about business. You can't take that away from you. The business perspective, the numbers, you're a beast when it comes to the charts. That intrigued me.
2 questions in regards to that. One, how do those conversations go between you two? Do you guys even talk about trading or anything like that?
Nope, we barely even talk, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I mean, it is what it is. We weren't really that close in the beginning. It was kind of just like a business perspective anyway. So, like, you go one way, I'm going to go another way. And that's just that, you know.
So, and if that person puts you on to Blue Cap, what do you think is stopping them from coming to Blue Cap?
Honestly, I don't know. I think people really want to be with the residual income and not really learn the skill set. Like, the skill set is something that nobody can take away from you, you know. I really...
It's issue they can take that away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They can. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, you know, the skill set, nobody can take that away from you. The residual income, yes, nice, but you got to go through hell and high water just to make that. You know, like, some people are just good at network marketing and some people just don't have it. I don't have it, you know, like, I left that company for a reason. That wasn't me, you know. I'm more of looking at the charts and actually making money that way because I feel like you can make way more, you know. You relying on a residual income that may not come, or if it does, you can make way more in the charts in a day than that waiting for that weekly pay. So.
Yeah, most definitely. You want to add in anything?
No, I got my question.
Oh, wait. I actually have one question.
I was curious about all that.
So, on the live calls, do you find it very comical, like how it's not normal? Like, especially when you hear myself say, like, the most craziest remarks and, you know, and I make fun of myself on the live calls. Like, do you find that, like, funny? Do you find it, like you know, it's just, like, all cultural? Like, what is your intake when you first hopped on a live session and you're like, wow, I this is different? Or, like, you know, like, what was your thought process?
It was definitely different, but I have to say I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like everybody can come on a Zoom call or anything and just be themselves, you know. You're going to get ribbed about it, you know. Somebody's going to try and talk some shit, but it's like a family type of ordeal. Like, I feel comfortable that if I were to ask a question, you know, to get answered, you know, it's, I don't know, I love it. Like, it's just, you can't find it anywhere else, and like, you can't make it up. Like, it's just,
you can.
you just go with the flow, and it rolls. Like, yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I'm with you 100%. I'm glad that for what we do, like, I'm glad that it reciprocates to what you can see. And again, how long have you been with Blue Cap officially?
Since January.
Since January, so less than half a year. And you've seen yourself grow as far as your confidence within your trades already?
Oh yeah, I feel confident now to call myself a trader and a profitable trader. You know, like, with other companies are just, you know, trying to find my way in the markets. I could call myself a trader, but like, when somebody asks me, you know, profits, I'm like,
Right.
You know, I couldn't. And now I can show them, like, this is what I made today, even if it's like $30. You know, it's still something to show people that.
It's more $30 that you didn't have.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, you know, the progression's happened, and, you know, you see a bright future within yourself as far as being able to use this as a vehicle. So I appreciate you being with Blue Cap and, you know, giving us that chance, giving us that opportunity, especially when you've experienced both sides of the coin, so to say.
Oh yeah. And each time I'm gonna choose this side.
Awesome.
I'm gonna have to. You can't make it up. Like, the culture, the skill set, like, everything. Like, it changed me completely, and from January to now, like, my whole mindset has changed. Like, I write on my little whiteboard all the time, little notes for myself and things that I want to do, you know, small goals, and just, it changed me, like, just that drive. Like, now I have that drive to wake up and want to hop on a Zoom call or the London session and the New York session, you know, just to learn.
Right. I'm with you. There's times where, I mean, I'm sure you've heard me and Ken talk about it, being on London and New York calls together, this, that, and the other, because sometimes you just don't want to get off those calls. I mean, what were you on London last night? You were on London last
Yeah.
night, right?
Yeah, that was.
Bro, I think I closed it down at 3:05 a.m. I was like, I got off that and I was like, holy shit.
I think I took myself to the bed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I allowed you guys to have your entertainment. I went to bed. Then I was like, oh, okay, I forgot. The Zoom is on. I went back. And then everyone's like, oh, Ken's mouse is moving. So, and I think that was your voice.
That was me. I was like, oh, Ken's awake. Mouse is moving. Next thing I know, I see a message on there. You are now the host. I was like, he's going back to bed.
So when that happens, that means that I'm taking the major L to my bed. So
Ken is sleeping.
I'm sleeping and waking up in New York session. I'm right up, ready to go. Had a great morning this morning, so everyone was fed with a fat spoon. So it was a beautiful morning. So
Cool. Thank you, Breezy.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Giving us the chance.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
so we got our last. Yeah, so we got Toldyou in the building, aka Biggie Smalls.
Is the illest.
Illis.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, hey, for the people in the back.
Give him a round of applause.
Oh man, so Toldyou, man.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I remember. Yeah, so Toldyou's
Yeah,
a very
I'm
interesting
little camera
person.
Shy, but
Say
yeah.
it with your chest.
His chest is very displayed. All right, let him be. Okay. Toldyou was a very interesting person. I remember, you communicated with me through IG, and I get a lot of direct messages,
Sure.
and I saw your message, and I'm like, who the hell is this dude? I'm like asking all these questions, like this and that. You wanted to take affirmative action, and I believe you bought the 3-month package, right? So bought the 3-month package. This man came from a prior company, right? And then was completely mind blown. Like did not know anything. I'm not saying I'm throwing any kind of shade, but it's just that the fact is that he did not obtain any knowledge, right? And coming into here, and when that happened, how did you feel personally? Like,
So I'll just backtrack a little bit into the summer leading up to when I discovered forex trading.
yeah,
So I went to Nigeria. That's where I'm originally from.
that's right.
And
Power to the people.
Yeah, and so it was a very eye-opening experience for me. Like being there for the whole year, the experience I had even before leaving the United States to go visit there. I was driving Uber. I stopped right at 5,000 rides. So I had
5,000 rides.
I had a
I've
Yeah.
only taken 12 rides, and that's to Old Town, and that's it.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
ever use Lyft for anything else.
And I would have probably given you a ride too, because I used to be right around the corner, Optima, all this kind of buildings were the kind of buildings I would
Damn, I should have known.
because I was driving Uber Select, and so I would look for that class of that demographic of people that would request that kind of ride. But basically, I had this vision of developing the same kind of logistics business model as Uber, and there's a couple of companies that have started taking the initiative of starting that kind of stuff in Africa. And so I went back there trying to work with these companies or work for them, and that experience showed me a lot of opportunities that I can build infrastructure that can last for generations and would provide a lot of value to the people where I'm from, and so I just put that in my head. Okay, I'm to go back to where I know I have opportunities to get income and build capital for myself to where I can invest in those kind of things. And so with the little money I had left and some help from my family and everything, I come back here to take over my brother's apartment. He had just graduated from ASU and left back to Nigeria, but his apartment is still there. So I take over the apartment, and I'm at the West 6 every day, the summer, 110 degrees. I go to the pool, go
Man,
back
brutal.
up on my computer trying to figure out what's the next move. I apply to ASU master's program. I do the master's exam and everything, but I'm not so successful with it. I didn't get accepted, right? But every day I'm just going to the pool and coming back to my apartment trying to figure out some shit on my computer, right? But then one day I'm at like the lobby and I see some guy, he's trading, and I'd already been like looking at like some people's Instagrams and stuff and seeing how I had an idea that this is how the screen looks when you're trading. And so I was like, yo, what are you doing, bro? He's like, yeah, I'm trading Forex. Like this, like we do IML. I'm on a call right now, actually. I was like, all right, cool. I took down his number or whatever, and he's trying to market in me, so like it was on my neck, like, yo, when he's signing up,
Oh, man.
and literally like I'm looking at the little bread I'm surviving on. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. I signed up for IML. Like literally by the first week, I'm already thinking like, how am I gonna get my money back? Like,
That's like the first thing you do when you invest into yourself. Damn, how can I make this back?
I mean, just for the main fact that like I saw like the group of people that I was essentially to be working with, and based on how I saw they were like approaching the marketing aspect, I knew that it was very far away from my personality, and like most of the people were just looking up to the money of the residual income more than the trading aspect, and I already knew that like it's not something I would really be successful with, and even if I was to market the Skillset or something like that, I would want to have that result and everything in place, like backing it up before I even try to say, yo, do you know I can actually teach you this? You know what I mean? And a lot of people were lacking that, and yet still saying I can teach you, but it just wasn't pure in that sense.
The energy wasn't right.
Right. But in the midst of doing that, like going through the IML course and everything, I'm a bit nosy on the Instagram. I look at people's followings and see who's following who, and you know what? I noticed like Ken's profile once, twice, 3 times. I'm like, all right,
damn.
cool. You know what I mean? Like
ping,
as far
ping.
as far as like, okay, this person is somebody on IML, and then I click on who their following is, and then Ken is usually there. I'm like, all right, this is, it's a Nigerian name. I'm like, okay. I click on it, and then because it's like a week or two, he comes on the live consistently, like almost like every time he comes to the office, he sat down, he just comes on live or something. So I'm just sitting there watching it, like it's like maybe 4 or 5 times. I'm getting very acquainted, and I'm like, yo, this guy is in Arizona. You know what I mean? Like all of this is in place, and I have no reason to be struggling with this thing the way I am. Like I want to be able to trade, like have the control of how I'm making the money, and not really, have any other factors come into play with that other than myself. And everything like Ken was saying about the trading was, you come here to be an independent trader, and basically I just took that initiative again. Like my money is like, chipping down. Like I know I still have a couple more rents, and the rent over there was like eating me away, and whatnot. But I do the 3 months thing. I'm just like, okay, at least by this 3 months, I should be able to be profitable, right? But I come, and I have little capital that I can use to trade and whatnot, but I'm still very well lacking in the knowledge. Even though it's been like a month of me sitting at home every day, like studying this thing, like my life depended on it. I still couldn't put on the trade for myself, right? But then I come here, and it's maybe after the first day, I'm like, okay, it can't be that easy. Like these guys just want me to just learn this market structure, and then, because I don't know if that was around the time you just like discovered the box strategy or something, because you hadn't even uploaded it on your site and everything yet.
Yeah, I've always had it, but I was like, should I release it? Should I?
Yeah.
Nah, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just provide the value, because
Yeah.
I can't be the one that just only have it running an academy and not apply the value that needs to be applied for the people that's truly investing into it. So.
Right. So at the time I came, it was just myself, you, and Mike, and I think Leek would come in like usually around after 9 o'clock or something.
Yep. Black people time. We have it.
But yeah, basically it was almost like just like a drill. Like I don't know what the word would be, but it's like you're sitting there, Mike's sitting here, and I'm sitting there, and then Mike will go off on the market structure and just put some things in place, and then you're like, first of all, just learn the market structure first before anything else, and then it's not even 2 days and maybe a call, one of the Wednesday calls with Mike. Like the market structure thing is already clicked, and then I come in and then you really start to hammer in the box strategy for the whole academy, really. And then I watched the video over and over again. I'm like, yo, it's so simple. Like it's sideways, and if it breaks here, this is expansion, and then we're looking at profit wave. And if I can do this consistently, that's how to play the game, really. And then. Like it was a very fast, like the learning curve was very like shortened in that period of time, like very fast, and I pretty much figured, okay, this is a game I can play for life, like a lifetime, and it can be a source to develop a lot of other aspects of my life, like the logistics thing that I really dream of building, but. It came down to, okay, the knowledge is in place. I'm a relatively fast learner. Like I could see how I could do this repetitively, but then all this like life conditions as far as like where I was going to be getting rent or, like getting bread basically was starting to come into play and mess with my psychology. Like it's like, okay, I'll put this last $100 in, but then, I actually really need like $600 right now. Mm-hmm. So if I, what I mean? Like if I put in this size, this is what I'll use to get it. But then my perception of the whole thing was just out of place. You know what I mean? As far as I would over leverage and lose the money before I even started doing anything,
Well, I was actually just going to ask.
Yeah.
Within that time frame, what was your biggest hurdle that you ever came over?
So it's that perception of money, and then I know you talk about like you being kind of a role model. I was coming in here every day and seeing how you did just come back from work and you would stay up with the calls and everything and go back to work in the morning, like a lot of things like the way Ken is, like consistent. Not even, what I mean, like a lot of things around his character, like. Even the way he goes to the gym consistently, it's almost like the same time, everything, like every day. Like a lot of those things are a lot of things I liked in my life, like where I might have some pluses, but like the negatives are a lot of those things. Like like maintaining consistency, and like I can start and do exceptionally well, but like my attention will go somewhere else and it'll be like, you know what I mean? The main thing was adjusting my perception of money, like, and what was necessary for me to be successful. And I mean, in the process of like running out of money, like I got kicked out of the West 6, all of that, like literally like the way my new year started was like watching fireworks from my car because I was like trying to figure out where to stay, you know what I mean? Like, but that was like, this is not happening. Like, there's no way I know better, but I'm doing worse, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just like, all right, grind time. I found a job like dishwashing, and he was like, "Yo, if you do this well, and like within a month, you can start prep cooking or whatever." I started doing it. I had applied to like maybe like 10 different places, like maybe even more, but no one was like responding or whatever. So it was just like whatever could come that would be bringing the bread right now. That's what it's about to be. So I started doing that. Within like a week, I got a second one. And I was like, all right, this is going to be the year of capital so that I can eliminate that psychology aspect of it. Like where I know I have $3,000 in my account and I just want $500 and I'm okay with catching however 20, 30 pips I need. If it's a US 30, I just put my .01. Like I know I can do that, but I have to do it consistently. Like, whereas I came in here thinking like, okay, I want like the big money. Like these guys are making what, 50,000 a month residual or whatever. Like I want to be trading, making like 100K a month or whatever. Like I kind of threw all of that out of the window now. You know, it's just like I understand and respect, most importantly.
Yeah, and that really comes into elaboration because I could definitely understand where you're coming from, because when I started out trading, I had to eliminate what was, you know, the big end goal of, you know, making the capital that you want, and it's not about the money when you're coming in. Like you have to eliminate that so you have a clear conscience, just like how you explain your story. You know, you are trading just due to your tough situation. So so your mind is focusing on the money, and that's it. So you threw away everything that you obtained to apply just because of the money aspect. And I don't know any trader that just thinks about like with the money aspect and think they're just gonna get the money that they want. So like when you have a clear mind, this is why I always tell everyone, have a clear mind where it becomes a very stress-free environment. When you have a stress-free environment, everything you're removing your emotions, right? Even if you do get into drawdown, you mentally are prepared. Rather than just having a clouded mindset where you're just focusing on one task and one task only. So like the more you start to remove that, the more you start to see that, wow, everything's truly about the mindset. When it comes to trading. And then when your mindset is completely right, you're winning overall, because that self-growth starts to escalate from time to time, up. And then you're like, damn, this starts to click. Now it becomes fun. You know, even though the small returns, you're like, those small returns are bigger returns for that entire month.
It's bigger picture, right?
Yeah, bigger picture. So when you do that, trading is just you versus you. You're only versing yourself. And when you're trying to compare yourself to other people, that is where you mess up.
Exactly.
So you don't want to ever do that, you know? And which you had to learn the hard way. But if you didn't go through those obstacles, right, you wouldn't even be back. You know?
No. Like, it went from like being technical to like being like an internal battle, really, like the past like 4 or 5 months. Where even like now that I have like the capital, you know what I mean, like even just coming back and watching, like
I reached out to you. I was like, yo, what happened? Like, you know, and you told me your situation. I was like, hey, look, you know, the academy is always gonna be there. It's not going anywhere.
And that's the main point that really stuck to me. It's like, okay, this is not going anywhere. We just have to make it solid. Like, so, even the way the COVID thing came about, both jobs being in the kitchen just went away like that. So it was like, oh shit, it's about to get rough again. But then I'm like, nope, I have this thing, like I know better. You know what I mean? Like, and so, once they keep me out of the kitchen, I'm like, it's nonstop grind. I keep applying. And then I got the Amazon thing that I'm doing now, just like overnight, whatever. But I'm doing it like just walking in there. Like I'm not allowed to listen to music and everything. It literally feels like, you know what I mean? But I'm just doing it like, okay, I'm done I clock in at 6, I get out at 6, and it's New York session. Like I know what the $170, $180 I just made from the past 10 hours, I know what I'm doing with it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Like, it's just, right now it's just, it's just a consistent, you know what I mean? The main word of the year for me is consistent. Like I don't want, like, obviously I want $1 million, $2 million, but that's not even on my vision board right now. Like it's just that consistent income. And you know, once I already have like 2 or 3 going right now, like it's just expanding it, but then the value behind it too. So
So one question I'm going to ask you, from that time that you're trying to fix, you know, with your mindset, you know, especially when it came to psychology or when it comes to trading and learning from your errors, what are the changes when you first came back? Well, I mean, when you came back into the academy, were there any significant changes that you saw like, oh, wow, this has really grown a lot, or you always have kept in tabs of just like how everything has been
I
going?
mean, I stay consistent watching your lives,
Mm-hmm.
and I see like the results and stuff
Yeah.
that you post of. As far as like coming back and observing like if there's anything different, like I mean, or like I don't know how I would put it, whether organically or originally, if that's the right word. It feels the same. Like you guys are like pure people. You know what I mean? Like, I go really based off of energy. Like even the environment of like where I am and everything. I'm very sensitive to that. Like the moment I walked in here, like I would have known whether, you know, like I'm to be here or not. Like, but obviously for how consistent I was and everything coming here, like there's something really special about you guys, to me at least. Like, and that for sure hasn't changed. And I think that purity is what allows you guys to prevail, because I mean he put it very well. Like the leadership, you have the system, the structure of like providing that provides value, not even just like any value, like excess value, where you can come in thinking like this is like the hardest thing, like how am I supposed to understand how this thing is like just drawing itself out like that. But you come and you just make it so easy that you like it's even hard to understand when you make it that easy, you know what I mean? Like and that I feel like hasn't changed. And in that sense, like I mean there's evidently more people that I think shows the light of that, you know what I mean? Like you just keep attracting more people, and like even if someone came in that wasn't meant to be in the academy and they just saw the way you talk on the live or the way the people interact on the live, and they weren't supposed to help like the company or the group progress, like they won't even be able to survive, like sustain, like just the way we talk would piss them off, you know what I mean? And like they'll you know what I mean? Like but because of your energy, like the kind of people you're able to have around and then be successful, it's like amazing. Like I can say one of the most amazing experiences I've experienced in my life is signing up for Blue Cap. One of the best decisions I've made, actually, because even after you guys taught me the you know, the fundamentals and, you know, like as far as the whole thing, it was enough. Like I studied economics in college, and like I had, you know, I mean, like I had an idea of like how money markets could work and stuff, but I didn't think that I could have any hands in there unless like someone in Wall Street hired me or something, you know. But yeah, the value is just it's just surpassed my expectation, and I'm sure for a lot of people in the course it's the same. That's why but nothing too different other than blues.
Blues, right? I think we should come up with a whole shirt that says "We got the blues." And people's gonna be like, "What is that?"
Have you been saying that for a while?
Yeah, it's been a very consistent thing.
Every morning.
Yeah.
More blues.
So we would have had to close like 2 months ago, but we did like 3 orders.
Yeah,
and they all came out like the blue was like her shirt, like fucking 4 different colors.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this is fucking useless.
Yeah.
But we're about to make another run for it.
Yep. All right, told you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Before we stop all this, I have something I have to say.
What, on the mic?
Yeah.
Speaking of the mic?
Yeah, that's what I have.
Stop up.
Told you, man. Thanks again.
I know, right? I know.
I ain't gonna sit
Sorry,
down
we
for
just
this.
interrupted your exit.
I'm not gonna sit down for this.
Zeke was like, I'm gonna just.
I'm not gonna sit down for this. I'm not gonna sit down for this. This is something that needs to be said.
You know, you
Listen.
sit down, you know?
If you are a trader, and I gotta sit down.
Yeah, just sit down.
I sit down. I
He only
I don't got a hair
gets
tie.
hat when he gets a haircut.
I don't have a
That's
hair
the only
tie.
time you see it.
It's I know I got a cut. It's just not. I'm not crispy right now. But I have to say this: if you are a trader and you are really about your business, and you want to really do this, make the pilgrimage trip to Scottsdale, Arizona, and come to the office and experience this euphoric vibe. This is a different vibe, trust me. Like, if you see, like, you know how Muslims, they have to go to Mecca. Is it Mecca?
Yeah.
Mecca? Yeah, they got to go to Mecca at least one time in your life. This is the Mecca of trading. You gotta make the pilgrimage to Scottsdale, Arizona. I had to say that.
The pace of things, like once you walk in the room and you leave,
Yes, it's a different vibe. Like,
it changes the pace of things.
I'm not gonna lie though. The first time you may feel a little and like you're probably gonna be sitting in the corner, but like we've had people come out here for a week, and like I kid you not, first day they may be in the corner, second day, you know they're talking the can. By the third day, they're interacting with the whole group. It's a vibe. You know, we going crazy. It's a vibe. Come to Scottsdale, Arizona to get crazy, baby.
Sound like he was getting an Emmy award. Like, he was like, "Thank you. I want to thank God for this award, man." All right, so this ends episode 36. Wow. Yeah, 36. I think it's 36, right? 36? Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely tired of sharing. Yeah, 36. And yo, for me, I got to thank Veen, Lee, Breezy, Katie, Toldyou, Alex. I appreciate you guys coming out, doing this for us, doing this with us, and for me, allowing us to be a part of all y'all's journey for this. You know, we had our own journeys for it. It started somewhere, and now like it's just it's a whole group that's down the same path at this point. And you know, like I don't want to win alone. Ken doesn't want to win alone.
It's boring.
It is, right? I mean, you can't be like, "Yo, I won." You know, I'm here. I'm at the top.
I've done it for so long with my. I've done it for so long, but even within my own family. And I can't even tell them, be like, hey, look, I had my first 100K day. And
right.
It's just like, they won't know that experience or that excitement because they're not partaking on something that I'm truly passionate about or even valuing the skill set at that moment. So it took like my brother even like 4 years.
Well,
like,
and
you know,
even in my own house, I can sit down and I can talk to my fiance and be like, yo, this is what's going to happen with the economy. And she's looking at me like, I don't give a fuck. Are you serious? And I'm like, you should, right? Mm-hmm. This is why you should. Yeah. Or I'm sitting here like, yo, we caught 3,000 pips today. This shit was amazing just on US 30 alone. And then, or, you know, we killed all these different trades and all these different charts that are out there, and it was just a great day. And they can't share it with me, right? So, I mean, to be able to be a part of that with other people. The only people
that we could share that does understand is everyone that's in the academy. So,
exactly.
So that's why that Discord chat, when you go to sleep, that notification be looking like a phone number.
Right?
You be like, damn, I really got to scroll up and check what I missed.
It was funny. I told people yesterday, I'm like, yo, I got to get a couple hours rest before I hit the office, right? More questions came in afterwards. Even like, what was it? John was like, yo, if y'all don't let Mike go and rest for a couple hours before this NCD stuff goes down. And I'm like, damn, this is the vibe. This is the vibe.
Like sometimes we're just becoming like, you know how you have questions and you go like to an online support? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just feel like it's just like, no, there's no emotion. There's no feelings. No, they don't need rest. They're not human. Like just at them.
We do this.
Yeah, just hopefully we get a response, you know, on my time, right?
Right.
You know, not your time because it's not being respected, but it's cool. It's okay. But let me just still at you.
Right.
Know? Like, so.
No, it happens, but either way, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
You know, the growth that I've seen from start to finish to where we're at right now, and still further progressing. I mean, this group, the group that we have within the office and the group within Discord, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You know, and fuck the sky, I want to shoot for the moon. You know, and after that, let's shoot for Pluto. You know, I want to be able to take over this whole shit. You know. Well, whatever, Derek. I'm shooting for Pluto right now. Small goals first.
To get his 5 cents in.
Right. Small goals first. But overall, like I said, I wanted to thank you guys for for taking the time, providing us with your stories, and allowing us to be a part of everything that you guys do.
Yep.
So
Major facts.
awesome.
All right.
What'd you say? Oh no, I'm not dropping shit. Well, we need a third one. Anyway,
Yep.
we'll go ahead and call it on this episode. Thank you guys for watching, listening.
Yep.
Please subscribe if you're watching this on
Yeah,
YouTube.
please
subscribe.
Like we try to get this really big. So please like, subscribe, comment your feedback. We definitely want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's like a $25 promotion. So,
What is it at Haitian Dundada?
Oh.
Leak at the Haitian Dundada. So go ahead, follow them. But either way, subscribe to the channel, and you know what? We'd love to have you a part of it as well. If you're on the fence, take that leap. We'd love to have you.